So at the shop this morning, beginning of the month, I always get my fuel bill. And I've talked a little bit before about the impacts of carbon taxes on absolutely everything you buy. So I'm a truck driver, I operate locally, I'm not even a high miler. But I thought I'd share with you today the implications of the carbon tax on the goods and services that you buy. Because ultimately, when I'm being billed for this, I'm passing it on to you, the end user. So I'm going to go through my bill. I'm not a big spender on fuel compared to many truckers. I'm actually pretty low. So you can extrapolate this out however you want to understand the impact. And remember that Canada is the only country in the world right now charging a carbon tax. We are being billed to solve the world's problem, and nobody else is solving them. Let's take a look at my bill. There's probably easier, more tech-savvy ways, but let's deal with it this simple way. So at the end of the day, I buy regular, clear diesel, dyed diesel, and diesel exhaust fluid. That's another emissions component. We'll talk about that at a later date. At the end of the day, I used 2,762 liters of fuel, and the total bill for my fuel was $3,402. Again, not a high miler. You'll notice that the bulk of it is right here. That is the clear diesel. Then there's a federal tax that goes on to the price of diesel. It's $118.56. So tax number one. Then there is a provincial tax, $223.46. Then there is the carbon tax, $462.69. Right here, carbon tax. So take your total, add your federal tax, then tax your provincial tax, then tax your carbon tax, and wait for it, there's more. Now we're going to put the GST on top of all the other taxes for a grand total of, I spent $3,402 in fuel, $4,700. So there is $1,365 worth of tax on a fuel. I'm sorry if you think my rates for trucking your equipment are too high. I'm sorry that it's expensive to buy groceries. But if you're not fighting back against the tax on tax on tax, this is insanity. We are literally being charged a tax on a tax, and you as the consumer are paying it all. Keep it classy, Canada.